This is 1 John 4 in verse 15. Whosoever shall confess that Yahweh Shai is the Son of God, Yahweh dwelleth in him, and he in Yahweh. So that's another way. And really, when you read up, it tells you that that love is the spirit, right? And through love, you'll that's how people will know if Yahweh is in you. Now it's giving you another example of how to know, right? When somebody confesses that Yahweh Shai, sorry. Whosoever shall confess that Yahweh Shai is the Son of Yahweh, Yahweh dwelleth in him, and he in Yahweh Shai. So another aspect of proving that the Lord is in you, right? Yahweh Shem Shai is understanding that Yahweh Shai is the Son of Yahweh, right? Because, and that's where that whole you're doing right, but you're not doing it right. You're doing right, but you're not doing it right, right? Because the person that say, well, this religion we do good here, and this religion we do good here, and that religion we do good here, right? Because when you look at Islam, right? When you look at Islam, basically everything they go by is good, right? Basically everything they go by is good. Now, according to this, there's only one problem, right? Here's the problem, and I ain't talking about people who people who follow Islam. I'm talking about the book in itself, right? So from what I know about it, right, and their rules, right, everything about it is right, right? Not saying that book is good. I mean, like how they can have multiple wives, how they're not supposed to, like how they're supposed to follow the laws of Moses, right? How they have like a dietary thing, like we got a dietary thing which falls under the laws of Moses, right? So, and that aspect I would say is right, law-wise, right? Right from wrong. In that aspect, from what I know, I'll say is right. Now, here's where the problem comes in. They don't believe that Yahweh Shai is the Son of God, right? That's where the problem comes in. And here we just read right here. That's one of the things that you need, right? You got to believe that Yahweh Shai is the Son of God. That's one of the things that you gotta believe, right? That's one of the things you gotta believe. So by default, even though they're checking off this list, everything's good, that one thing is a big one, right? That one thing is a big one, they automatically boot it out. 1 John 4 in verse 16, it says, and we have known and believed the love that Yahweh hath to us. Yahweh is love. He that dwelleth in love dwelleth in Yahweh, and Yahweh in him. So again, it's just, let me double check. It says, and we have known and believed the love that Yahweh hath to us, right? So it says, we have known and believed the love that Yahweh hath towards us, right? It says, Yahweh is love, and he that dwelleth in love dwelleth in Yahweh Shem Shai, and Yahweh Shem Shai in him. So it says, so it starts off by understanding that Yahweh Shem Shai, the love he had towards us. And what was that love? That love was giving us a chance, even though we didn't do anything to deserve it or earn it, right? That love was giving us mercy and compassion, even though we didn't do anything to deserve it or earn it, right? So it says, who dwells in this kind of love, the Father dwells in them, right? What's that love? That love is loving people despite what they're doing, right? So this person is acting bad, right? But you're still going to show love towards them because that's what the Father did, right? This person is being bad, but you're still going to show them mercy because that's what the Father did, right? And that's another indicator that somebody, that Yahweh Shem Yahshua is with a person. When they're rewarding people good, when they're getting evil, right? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. That is hard, right? And that's one of the top things you can do. It says, First John 4:17, herein is our love made perfect, that we may have boldness in the day of judgment. Because as he is, so are we in this world. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love, right? So part of love is having that hope, right? So when you have that hope, you don't have fear, right? Because you can't, because fear and hope are like almost different, like they're almost contrary, right? They're almost opposites. Because it's like if somebody says, man, if somebody say, let me see. Let's be the preacher, right? If somebody says, man, how do you go out there and preach, right? You're not worried about people coming up and doing stuff to you, this, that, and the third, right? And then the thing that fuels you is the love, right? The love and the hope that since you're doing the right thing, everything is going to be all right, right? Since you're doing the right thing, no matter what happens, everything is going to be good. Whether something bad happens, something good happens to you, right? Now, if you would ask the person, hey, why don't you go out? And they say, oh man, I'm scared to go, right? That's the opposite of the hope, because you had the hope, or if it was more, right? Because I'm pretty sure, let's just say everybody has fear, right? So just being in these bodies, you're going to have fear, period, right? It's not wrong to have fear, but it's not wrong to have any bad trait about you. But the problem comes when the bad trait overwrites the good trait, right? And what these lessons are about is an apostle, right? A follower, right, of Yahweh Shai. That's what today's is about, right? And one of the things that we're talking about right now is right, specifically right now, is fear and hope, right? And we know that an apostle, he's very well going to have fear just being in these bodies, but his hope is going to overwrite those fears, right? Like, for an example, look at Daniel. They said, the story with Daniel, he said, man, if you don't serve this, they got him caught up. They told him, I believe they said the only God can be worshipped was like the Babylonian king, or the whatever God that was set up at that time. But I believe you had to pray to the king of Babylon at that specific, in that city or whatever, right? Because they were basically making moves against Daniel to get him set up. And Daniel, obviously being an Israelite and a man of faith, this is not going to serve another God, not going to pray to another God, right? So what he did was, he did what he does, pray to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, right? Now here's the thing to that, right? Here's the thing. They told him, all right, you're going to go into this, since you did what you did, you got to get punished, right? And the punishment was to be locked in the cage overnight, or a certain amount of hours, but I believe it was overnight or a day. I believe it was overnight, in a lion's den, right, as a punishment. for worshiping other gods, right? Other than the ones they had set up. Now, I'm pretty sure when they told Daniel this is going to happen, I'm pretty sure he was afraid, right? But at the same time, I'm pretty sure his faith in the Lord was higher than that fear, right? Just like with Meshach, Bendigo. I can't think of the third one. I can't think of the third one's name, but it was a similar situation to them three, right? They were supposed to worship another god, I believe. It was under the same king, right? And they didn't, so they were put into the furnace, right? They were put in the furnace. And again, they knew the penalty if they didn't serve the specific god or idol that they had over our God, right? And they knew knew the penalty that was coming if they didn't, right? But the point is, their faith and their hope, right, overwrote the fear that they had and possessed, right? Because again, bad traits are not bad to have, but when these bad traits overwrite the good traits, again, that's where the problem comes in.